Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to continue looking at the information technology from the November 2017 paper 2. In the last couple of videos, we have been looking at some parts of this paper and we ended with step number 5. So in this video, we start looking at step number 6. So step 6 says Frostbite Tours wants voiceover clips added to the video. They have provided you with 4 clips. Sound clip 1.mp3, sound clip 2, sound clip 3, and sound clip 4. You must edit the clips to remove the starting beep and any sound or quiet periods that are not needed. Reserve the clips as voiceover 1 to voiceover 4. And then you must add the voiceover clips onto the video in that order. So voiceover 1 must play at the start of the video and voiceover 4 must play during the see frostbitetours.com for more information caption. Okay, so this is the section on audio editing, and it's a very simple part actually for you to do. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use Audacity to do the sound editing. Okay, so I'm going to pick up the videos from the folder that we have there. So go to File, you can import audio, and then browse to the location where your files are saved. Okay, so this is task 6, and I'll import this first one like that. Okay, so our task really is to examine these files and then remove any quiet points from the files and the beeps. Okay, so I played. Okay, so this part is a beep, this part is quiet, and the voice actually starts somewhere around here. Yeah, so I'm going to cut off the first part. I'll highlight it. So just put your cursor here and type 000 so that I select the first part there, and then I'll cut it off. Okay, and then at the end here, so I'll play it from here. Yeah, so there's unwanted sound there, so I'll just cut this sound out and hit delete on my keyboard and delete like that. So then I'm going to play the audio file again. Okay, so that sounds good. I've removed any quiet sound at the end there. I've removed that, so I'm going to save this or export it as mp3, and I'm going to export it in Tucson, then tutorials, this one, and then I think we'll go in work files, and then we'll call it voice over 1. Okay, so this one is done. You don't need to change anything here, just say okay. Then once I'm done with this one, I'll remove it and I'll import another one. File, import audio, and this time I'll import task sound clip 2. Again, I have to examine. So guys, how you would know that these are quiet places, there's nothing here. That is second place, there's nothing here. Where you have the frequency, I don't know if it's a frequency, if you would call it that way, then you'd there's some sound there. Okay, so but basically what you need to do is to start with beep. Okay, so from here to the end there's nothing, and from this place to there, cut it, there's a beep and nothing, and from here to there, cut it as well. So that's fine. Okay, I will save this as well, export it as voiceover, but I'll make it to voiceover 2. Then say okay. Then next I'm going to remove it, import another one, this time 3, play it, Okay. Okay, so I'm going to delete this part. So just select it like that and delete it. And then I'll delete the last part. So, okay, just that end, delete it. Okay, okay, that's fine. Save it, voice over 3. So put it over 3 and save and say okay. Then I'm going to remove this one and import the last one. Sound clip 4, play it. Okay, so I'm going to remove this part. Okay, and I'll remove this part as well. Okay, play it one more time. Okay, good. So that sounds good. Export it as MP3 and make it voice over 4. Okay, so that's with the audio editing. So we are done with you must edit this, and we're done with this. Okay. So the next thing that we need to do is to actually add the voiceover clips to the video in that order. So I'm going to open up my movie maker and open the project that I was working on. So it should be this one. Okay. So I'm going to add the sound clips in that order to this clip. So add music, and we'll go to worked files and pick up this one. So I'll add the first one there. Okay. Okay. Then after this one, I'm going to add the next one. So add music, voiceover 2. Okay. Then I'll add the third one. Okay. And then the last one, we were told that voiceover 1 must play at the start of the video, which we have done. Okay. And voiceover 4 must play. So which means voiceover 2 and voiceover 3 will just follow after voiceover 1. But voiceover 4 must play during the frostbite tour.com, and for more information, caption. Okay, so what you need to do from here is that you take your case at the start of this one, see the power of nature close up. Okay, so you can put it here and insert file and voice over 4, and voice over 4, well, it's supposed to come here like that. Okay, so put it there and play it here. Okay, good. So that sounds good. Actually, adding music file to a video is very easy, and you shouldn't even actually struggle with that. Okay, so if you have any question, please, you can just rewind this and see it, or you can send me a question, comment it out, and then I'll be able to answer it. Okay. So we are done with this part. Okay, so just put it green, and we are done with this part also. Okay. All right. So now we've not been told to save the video. We've not been told to save the video, but what we can do is to save it, because we were told to save the video in this last question as MP4. But what we can do is to actually save it with maybe a different file name or something, okay, because we already exported it. For this other one, we have not been told actually to save the video. Okay, so I'm going just to go to File and Save Movie with recommended settings, and then I'll browse to Worked Files, and that's the video. I'll just put edited at the end there so that um, okay, so export it. Okay, and I'm going to play it. Okay, that sounds good. Everything is perfect. So now we go to step number 7. The original recordings of the voiceover clips were saved as AI FF files, but they were provided as MP3. Now, this one is similar to WAV format using lossless compression. If you guys know about lossy and lossless compression, then you should know about such files like this one. But they were saved as MP3 file. MP3 file uses lossy compression, and in lossy compression, the file, after compressing, it kind of loses some information or some data, because you have to compress it so that you reduce the file size, and much of the information is actually lost. But with this one, together with WAV format, these they use lossless compression, and when you compress the files, they do not change in the quality of the file itself. You can reconstruct the original file or close enough to the original file when you decompress the file. Okay. So in your evidence document, answer following questions. The AIFF audio files were converted to MP3. So in other words, you're converting from lossless to a lossless file, let me say, or an original file to lossy compression. Okay. Give the reasons for this conversion. Now, many people convert large files into MP3 files for the sake of portability, because MP3 files they kind of they are small in size. Okay, so you don't occupy they don't occupy a lot of space. Let's say if you want 700 megabyte CD, if it was a WAV file, it can fit maybe just about 10 songs or so. But with MP3 on a CD, you can even fit over 100 songs on the same. Okay, so many people would want to do that because they know that MP3 occupies relatively small amount of space. So I'm going just to type out that. So reasons for choosing this conversion. Okay, so MP3. This is strike through. Nope. Okay, so MP3 files are relatively smaller in size. Okay, so they are relatively smaller in size. You can also talk about the MP3. Why is it striking through? Okay, so MP3 files. What can we say? They MP3 files have a format that is supported by many players, okay, or many players if you want. They have a format that is supported by many players. You guys, you agree that if you are trying to play some music files, maybe on a car stereo or something, certain formats are not playable. But MP3, many players actually do play MP3. Other things that you can include would be things like MP3 files are easier to send. Let me just put them. Let's just say 3. Of course, we're just supposed to put 2, but we can add, just for the sake of this video, let me just put it like this. Oh, I can put it like this. Yeah, 3. You guys don't add the third one. I'm just putting it for your information. Okay, so they are relatively easier to send as attachments via emails or something. So you can send them as attachments. They can be downloaded fast, easily, maybe, or fast. Okay, it's fast to download them. Okay, so yeah, these are the reasons why many people would want to have the format in MP3. Okay, so give 2 reasons for this conversion. You have been asked to resave the audio file to WAV format. In other words, you're moving a lossy file, which was or a lossy compression or compressed file. It has lost already some quality, some data. So that data is non-recoverable. In other words, you can't retrieve it. Once you lose it, it's gone. So now they tell you to convert a file which has lost some data, convert it back to a format which needs that data that was lost. And we are saying that the data has been permanently lost every time you convert to a via lossy compression. So it's difficult to recover this. So give 2 reasons for advising against this. So you're practically telling them to say, hey guys, I mean, you use lossy compression to convert this. Okay, so lossy compression makes data to be lost permanently. Okay, therefore, you cannot reconstruct or recover the lost data. Okay, so that is 2. And then also you can talk about if you are thinking about like these guys wanting to have this file. For example, if you go to the video that we just created shortly, let's see, if you go to work files and go to the video, this one edited, go to the property and see the size of this video. It's about 14 MB. Okay, the video together with the audio file. If you put it in WAV files, they are large. So this you find that maybe to 300, 400 MB for this same size of the video, and you will it'll be difficult for them to put this on the website because remember they want to put this on the website as a short clip to advertise their tour company. So once it gets large enough, it will be difficult for them to actually put it on the website. It will take time for people to play it or download it and view it. Okay, so the file will increase in size, making it difficulty to be making it difficulty, let's say, not just difficult to be making it, let me say, not suitable. Not suitable for web, for a web page. Okay, it will make it not suitable for a web page. Remember, we want the web pages to be loading as fast as possible. We don't want to be waiting and spending so much time. Okay, so that is that. So we are done with this. I'll put it in pink. Next, we need to complete the table to show the file size and bitrate of sound clip 1 and explain why some people would say the bitrate used is unnecessarily high. Okay, so we'll go to task 6 and get sound clip 1, I think, sound clip 1, and go to its properties. And we need to go to details section here and check some of the properties that are there. So bitrate is 256 kbps, which is kilobits per second. Okay, so we're going to complete this. So just copy this. Can I copy this? Anyway, I can copy this. I'll just type it. It's 256. So go here and put the bitrate as 256. 256 KB kbps. Okay, kbps. That is kilobits per second. Now, you guys, you don't need to put KB B as capital. It just needs to be small letter, because once it becomes capital, then the convention is that it is now a byte. So there's a difference between KB and KB. Small KB is kilobits, and large KB is kilobytes. Okay, that is convention. So the file size, so let's go to the same video with sound clip. The file size is supposed to be, size is 169 KB. So size will be 169, let me see, 169 KB, I think. Yeah, 169 KB. So notice the KB is capital because this is kilobytes. Okay, so one is kilobits and one is kilobytes. So, but it's not necessarily Cambridge. I'm sure once they see whether you put small letter here or what, they will mark it. It's not important, but if you go deep into computing, you find that it's good to distinguish the two. Okay. So the next question says that and explain why people would say that the bitrate used is unnecessarily high. So there is a belief actually that there is actually sound at a certain level that is beyond the human ear. I don't know how true. I've never really bothered to research on that, but they tell you that there is a pitch, a certain level of sound that only certain animals can get. It's beyond human beings. Okay, so they tell you that when you have the higher the bit rate, um, there's a certain stage that the human ear will fail to begin to recognize any change that you apply to the sound. So because of that, it becomes relatively unnecessary for you to keep on increasing the bit rate. Okay, the bit rate really refers to how much of the number of bits actually that you can store in a given second or in a given time frame. Okay, so which means there will be more data stored for that particular time period. And then they tell you that if you keep on increasing the data that is stored per given time frame, the human ear will not even notice that there's so much data in this given period of time. Okay, so yeah, so that is that. So you can say explanation bitrate here. You can say that it is irrelevant. Let me say irrelevant to have a higher bit rate when people will not distinguish. Okay, when people will not distinguish the quality of any sound, or not any sound, but the quality of sound beyond a certain bit rate. Yeah, so I'm not sure about the exact bit rate that is where human ear can not distinguish, but it is believed in that case. Okay, so I'll leave it at that, and you can research further. Okay, so this is this marks the end of the paper. You guys, you can go ahead and go through this paper and revise through as you prepare for exam. And I'll see you in the next video when we look at the June or the March session. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, to comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next couple of videos.